which is ironic because all of these people who are against the adult industry, who are the ones who won't give a bank account to adult models, are busy jerking off in their offices to adult porn, you know?
Actually double standard, you know.
Yeah, well, it's incredibly hypocritical, that's for sure. Hi, this is Harry Peter Crypto Puss.
And Liv Mocha.
And together we are Live for Love.
Yeah.
And we are adult webcam models in our profession, and we cam exclusively for Chatterbait. And so we're talking from our experience as oh my gosh.
She has those moments, you know.
We're talking exclusively from our experience as webcam models, but also I've been in other businesses, and I actually have traded in the past in the markets, in currencies and commodities and stock options and things like that. So yeah, I have some trading experience actually. About 5 years I did various trading, and but these days I'm a webcam model. And
how that happened?
You know, life is a funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Probably we need to do another video talking about that.
Yeah, well, we probably will. But today I want to talk about crypto. I want to talk about Bitcoin. And I want to talk about what a lot of people are talking about, predicting the markets, and they're basically they're talking about the why the markets do what they do. And you know, you hear people talking about the news. They say, well, you know, SEC's now giving guidance about, you know, this or that currency or cryptocurrency being not being a security, but maybe these others are. CFTC is now officially regulating Bitcoin and ethereum as commodities, and so that's no longer an SEC jurisdiction thing. And you know, it's interesting stuff, and they're talking about, I mean, certainly that stuff definitely impacts the market, but that's positive news, and yet we've been seeing the market going down, and that kind of underscores exactly what I'm talking about. We have positive news coming out, and yet the market's going down. So, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, the market's going down because there were hacks in, you know, exchanges. There was a hack in a South Korean exchange. There was, you know, this or that problem here and there, whatever. More regulations are happening in other countries with exchanges like Japan, and they're trying to say that, well, you know, a lot of this is negative news, and this is why it's going down. And I'm here to say that I don't believe any of that. I think that's totally wrong, based on my trading experience, but also based on just my own economic observations. I think what's happening right now with the prices of Bitcoin and all the other cryptos is purely economic and has very little to do with those little news snippets.
Yeah, and you can see that on different paths or trends going on in your local economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, in fact, our business is right now, at least appears to be almost perfectly in sync with what's happening in the mall.
Yeah.
Or malls, plural. Every mall we go to kind of has the same pattern that our business has. When we're doing well, they're doing well.
Yeah. And when it's low season for us, it's actually very, very low season for them.
Exactly. Excuse me.
Don't worry.
Exactly. Yeah. Hold on a second. Oh man, that's bad.
You need water?
Vomit came up. I'm gonna have to edit this out.
It's your fault. It's your fault, little princess.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so anyway,
Everything is her fault.
yeah, we've noticed that there's a pattern with malls. The malls are pretty much down when we're down and pretty much up when we're up. And so we've seen this in our business, that if our business is kicking butt, the malls are really busy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're full of people buying stuff. And when our business is down, the malls are empty. And there's like big sales going on, and nobody's even selling anything with their big sales.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
like
we noticed.
empty stores all over the place.
Yeah, it's like everybody doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I get this insight watching it, like, wow, your sales are pointless. Like, I almost want to tell these stores, stop doing your sales. You're just hurting yourself. Like, just wait it out. All you can do is wait it out, because the sales are not going to stimulate enough business to make a difference. That's what we see. And, when I look at the price of Bitcoin, I'm going to go ahead and whip that up on the screen now. So our industry and the malls, how they seem to be relating to this chart, actually synchronized with this chart perfectly. You can see this huge upswing here. Now people think, well, this was a big retail craze, and it was in Bitcoin probably, but this was also a great time economically for us. All this period through October November,
to
December,
Yeah.
our business was doing very well. And in fact, the best time was in November, and which is all through here. You can see that all through there. Our business and this market was just soaring. And in December, things hit a snag about in the middle in our industry, but we were still going strong. Okay, if you relate the strength of our business to the price of Bitcoin, it's pretty much the same pattern. We were still going very strong, and I think it's right at the first week of January is when things instantly hit the wall.
Yeah, things go bad in that time.
Yeah, things went very poor in our business, in our industry, and you can see that here in the chart of Bitcoin, and so if you look at the patterns through January, where it fell off a cliff on Bitcoin, well, no huge surprise. It also fell off a cliff in the webcam business and bottomed out here in February, early February. And believe it or not, this month right here, February, all this up period in the markets
Was a great month.
Was a great month for webcam. So that's pretty interesting. In fact, that is the best month for Bitcoin the entire year. And guess what? It was also the best month for webcam the entire year. That can't be a coincidence. I don't believe that it is. I think that it's pretty clear that these things are linked, and the down cycles, same thing. Interesting thing happens here in April is when we were forced to start finding alternative ways to get paid because Choice Bank closed, and that's right there. Right at that point in time, Choice Bank closed and forced all of the adult platforms to start looking for alternative ways to pay the models. And in the end, I can't say how everybody came up with a solution, but at least I think the two biggest platforms went crypto. And, Chatterbait went crypto, and I know Bonga Cams went crypto. And that was a game changer for the industry. But look at this. Here, right at that point, even though economically we weren't doing very well at this time, where it was actually a rally in cryptos, but I think the rally was caused as other parts of our industry were actually getting into crypto. That's where we stand now. So for people who were thinking, well, this rally or this sell-off in crypto, this or that, move in crypto has to do with this or that, news. I think there's a big hole in your information. I think there's like a giant gap in the available information for people who are trading this stuff, which, by the way, if you're a speculator and you don't know what's really going on or why, you might want to be cautious with your money because it's bad when you're in a market and you don't know why things are doing what they're doing, because then you don't know when, you don't know how to predict anything. So then you just kind of flying blind. But yeah, I don't think we're flying blind because I think we have a pretty good idea of what's happening. And my guess at this point, based on what I've seen in these charts, is that you're going to see all the cryptos go up when the economy recovers, when the economy gets back on track, when the malls start filling up with people, and when people are tipping cam models and all that stuff. I mean, we're all together, I think one of the things that was a huge impact and that caused this downtrend, I actually may have seen somebody talk about this on CNBC, but I said it long before I saw that video, and I don't really like CNBC, but the comment was about tax selling, and I said, yes, I absolutely think tax selling had a lot to do with it. I think people, taxes are like a big drain, and they pull a lot of money out of people. Probably people did well in the last part of the year last year, and then they had to pay taxes for that shit, and so that abruptly turned the corner, which tells you people are really paying too much taxes.
Yes.
I mean, actually, people are paying way too much taxes. If it has this kind of an impact in the economy, Jesus Christ, it's pretty bad. But that's what I see right now, is that these movements that we see in the charts is because Bitcoin especially is not just a vehicle of speculation, but it is actually an economic vehicle where a lot of people get paid in these cryptos, and a lot of people who aren't getting paid in these cryptos, they have to sell the crypto in order to get cash to pay bills, or they keep the crypto because they don't need to sell it, or if they get paid more money one month and they only need to sell maybe a third or a half of what they got to pay bills and the rest they can save it, then that means more crypto is getting bought and less is getting sold. More demand and less supply. And when it goes into reverse in a time of year like this where people are getting paid less in cryptos period, that means less crypto is getting purchased, and more people who get the crypto are having to sell the crypto in order to pay bills. And so I think this is a big part of it, the big part of what's happening in the pricing. Any thoughts on that?
What?
Your thoughts?
Thoughts.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You're just mostly agreeing with me, but
No,
I mean,
I mean, okay, I have a thought. I think it's a mixed bag of a lot of things. I think it's tax season, summer season,
mhm.
World Cup season.
Yeah, you mentioned this
You know?
before. This was actually kind of one of your big breakthrough ideas that you mentioned,
Yeah.
the fact that World Cup is probably having a catastrophic impact, much more than people really realize on economy globally. And because I think it's a big hit in Europe and Latin America
Yes,
mainly.
because it's where they are more fanatics.
Right. And so and by the way, Europeans, I think, are the strongest in crypto. You know, so go figure. So while they're all paying attention to, you know, Germany and England and whatever, kicking the crap out of each other on a soccer field, they're not really bothering that much doing business. They're not buying stuff like normal. They're not making money like normal in their own businesses. I think it's just having a major impact on economy.
Yeah.
And the result is global economic activity is down hard, like really hard. And
I think we will see a change coming up on crypto after the half of July or in the end of July.
well, because
Yes.
the World Cup officially ends on the 15th of July. And but like we were discussing this issue that World Cup, because it comes in stages of elimination, more and more spectators will stop spectating as their teams get eliminated. So it should over the next coming weeks, little by little, it should reduce the impact of World Cup. Right now, the impact is maximum impact. But the impact is going to decline. Are you throwing kisses at me? Are you throwing kisses at me? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so I think that the World Cup will have less of a negative impact on the economy up to the 15th, when it will completely vanish as an influence. And then I think we might be surprised to see cryptos turn around. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's at least our going theory right now, right?
Yeah, that's our theory at the moment.
And
I suggest, you can take my suggestion or don't. I suggest just keep holding, on hold their crypto.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't want to give anybody any advice because we're not trying to be financial advisors.
No, I am not giving advice. It's just,
And we don't want to necessarily, hang our hats that things are going to turn around at that time. It's just, it's logical. Actually, last year, things turned around in August.
Exactly.
And this year, everything's been a month early.
A lot in August last year, and then go up. October, November was awesome. December.
And then the fall off in January.
Exactly. But the thing is, that's the trend we saw.
We've observed it like 2 years in a row,
yes.
Except that in the previous year, it fell off in February, not in January. That was the main difference. And and because of World Cup, I really think that that's what's holding this back right now. And summer, World Cup and summer, the two things combined. And I think we're going to see the economic activity really get back, back to normal after the end of the World Cup, and maybe even a little bit before the end of the World Cup because less teams are playing. So we'll see what happens, but that's kind of our theory right now.
Yeah, it's up to you guys what to you do with your resource, you know.
Yeah. But anyway, that's kind of our predictive model at the moment, is looking at the economic fundamentals, not looking at the fundamentals of cryptocurrency directly, but more looking at the fundamentals of the economy itself. Mm-hmm. And right now that economy is in kind of like a low battery mode and, you know, like recharge mode or something. So we're thinking when it goes into, you know, the battery is charged mode and now it's time to burn it up, burn up the charge. That'll probably happen somewhere between July and August, but
yeah,
I think probably it's going to happen earlier this year, like July. So anyway, yeah, I guess, I don't know, I'll flip that chart up again just so that
yeah,
we can show.
Show up again.
Yeah, right there you can see, you know, you can see that we've been on this. There was the bounce after the adult industry gets into crypto. How ironic. And a lot of people don't know that. Actually, though, that Chatterbait got into crypto in here, actually. That was when it started right here. And yeah, so my thinking is we're getting pretty close to the bottom of where this thing is going to go. Now, I've heard some people say, oh, it's going to go all the way to 4,000 because it broke 6,000 and stuff like that. My experience in trading is that you can't call these things. If you think you can call a number on a market, you're crazy. It doesn't work like that. It's just not possible to call the number. Usually when bottom happens, you'll know it when you see it if you're totally in cash. If you're not totally in cash, you may not be able to recognize the bottom when it happens because you're overly emotional. But when you're in cash in a market, it's easier to tell. Like your brain is a lot clearer about what is really going on. You know, so my guess is that for those of us who are actually going to be in this thing like us, we may not be that good at calling the bottom, actually, because we're going to be a little bit emotional, like, oh, shit, my money's down like 20%, 25%, oh, fuck, you know. And you get like, oh, I don't know if I should sell or buy more, what the fuck I should do. But yeah. But saying, oh, it's going to go all the way to 4,000 or something like this, if you're holding out for bottom, but you actually want to get into something, I don't know. That's not always the smartest play. Sometimes you end up totally missing an opportunity waiting for the greediest perfect bottom price. And then, by the way, I noticed this little phenomenon happens too. If I set a price on something, I want it, let's say it was 4,000 on Bitcoin, then by the time it gets there, the patterns look so destroyed, the market looks like like shit, I don't want it. I don't even want it. I'm like, oh, now I can get my price and I don't want it because it looks so bad. It looks terrible. I don't know. That looks like hammered dog shit right there. I don't think I want to be in that. You know? Yeah, that can happen too. So, but anyway, all right. So that's my thoughts on the price of Bitcoin and Liv's thoughts. And yeah, kind of a combination of our observations of the economy and the malls and our own industry, as well as thinking about World Cup and stuff like that.
Yeah. And sorry guys if I've been a bit, I don't know, shy. The thing is, this is something, how I can say, new for me. So
You shy?
Yeah, I'm shy. I'm shy.
Oh my god.
I have my moments. Yeah, I'm shy sometimes, like now. So sorry about that, but probably that will improve in few videos. You know. What, Lucy?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, I think I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I'm Harry Peter Cryptopus, and this is my co-star Liv Mocha, and together we are Live for Love, and we hope you enjoyed the video. And
guys,
like and subscribe.
You need to subscribe, you need to follow, you need to thumbs up in the video. We'll continue doing more videos, more episodes, different things. Crypto will one of the topics in this channel, and other more, few other things. So you need to follow here, subscribe, thumbs up, comment below, and follow on Twitter.
Yeah, comment below, feel free, and give us your opinion about what you see in the economy, and if you relate, the charts of Bitcoin and other cryptos with what you're experiencing economically, if there's any similar connections that you observe. This is what we observe here in Panama and in Chatterbait as webcam models. All right, take care. And
take care, guys. See you soon.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.